Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The IRA, working alongside other pieces of legislation passed by Congress, has provided, in my mind, needed stability and certainty to the clean energy industry. This has helped to ensure and enable and protect large-scale investments made by the offshore wind industry in communities like my home state of New Jersey that historically have been economically underdeveloped, from the New Jersey wind port in Salem County that will support up to $500 million in new economic activity, to the $250 million manufacturing facility at the Paulsboro Marine Terminal. Additionally, the offshore wind projects furthest along in the development process in New Jersey have made strong commitments to using union labor, ensuring that the jobs they create are good-paying union jobs. Dr. Harris, we've spoken a lot today about the difference the IRA is making in energy communities and assisting in the creation of a just transition away from fossil fuels. Can you speak for a moment about the ways in which clean energy industries, like offshore wind, are also creating new jobs and opportunities in many underserved communities like those in New Jersey and across the country?
Thank you for the question, Senator. Yes, I'd lift up a couple of other provisions. One is the low-income communities bonus credit. It works similarly to the energy communities bonus credit and provides an incentive for housing these sort of projects in exactly the communities you were speaking of. And the other thing I would lift up are the prevailing wage and apprenticeship standards attached to the clean energy tax credit. So job quantity is important, but job quality is just as important. And the combination of those two actually mean that we'll be creating accessible jobs to communities who might not have had a chance to have those jobs before.
And speaking of job quality, how is the Inflation Reduction Act contributing to training and developing the next generation of highly skilled American energy workers?
Yes, thank you for the question. Those apprenticeships I mentioned and the apprenticeship requirements are extremely important. It means that the folks developing this energy will have access to highly trained, skilled union labor, and it will open the pipeline for that for years to come.
Now, the Inflation Reduction Act isn't just helping us to meet our emissions reduction targets, but it's a driver, as we've been talking about here, of good-paying clean energy jobs. In New Jersey alone, we expect to see over 300,000 new green jobs added over the next decade, demonstrating the need for a strong workforce and manufacturing base over a wide range of diverse clean energy sectors. We're talking about reinvigorating American manufacturing, a sector that has been devastated by offshoring. Yet if my colleagues have their way, all of this progress would be wiped out. Ms. Horvitich, is that the right pronunciation? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I understand that a major aspect of your work with the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance is to bring in high-quality energy jobs. Has the Inflation Reduction Act made that work easier?
Sir, I can tell you that in the last several months, the number of inquiries that we have been receiving from end users and also site selection consultants has increased dramatically. So we look forward to those opportunities to actually close on those projects so we can realize the benefits of the proposed tax credits, especially the bonus ones.
Do you believe that rolling back the majority of these new clean energy tax incentives will impair the ability of your region to see a continued increase in energy sector jobs?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, I appreciate your perspective. I think that this is one of the essential elements of what we're trying to create. Finally, I look at the transition. The Inflation Reduction Act creates key incentives to assist energy communities, generally former fossil fuel communities, diversifying their economies and to create new paying jobs in cutting-edge industries. I think it would be wrong as policy to say, sorry, we're moving to a new clean energy economy, and so you're just left behind. That's one of the challenges we had with trade, where we say this is the new economy. Some people will benefit from it, others will not, and for those of you who do not, you're left behind. That's not what we seek to do here. Dr. Harris, you represent a key alliance between the environmental community and labor organizations. Has this idea of a just transition and the energy community provisions of the Inflation Reduction Act enable workers and environmental advocates to come together to support the vital policy changes necessary to avoid the worst impacts of climate change?
Yes, I think, both halves of our coalition recognize that the dual crises of climate change and economic equality aren't going away on their own. And so that's why we were very happy to see this act passed.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank my colleague. Senator Thun's next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.